Hi there. I see that you made it over to the new Tips and Talk portion of the podcast. These are bite-sized topics that I pull from community questions and things that I'm observing in the world of handmade small business.
All websites are not created equal. If you're at a point where you're looking at starting your website or revising your website, then this session is going to be for you. A website is not a website is not a website. They don't all equal each other. In my Facebook group, Gift Biz Breeze, on Thursdays we do a Q&A session, and the hot topic lately has been website reviews. So people will submit their website, and I go through and review them and talk them through, give ideas for adjustments, and we get community reaction too. If you're interested in joining our group, and you're a gifter, baker, crafter, maker, so you're a handmade product creator, join us in Gift Biz Breeze. This has been where this whole question comes up. And the question is always, I want to start my website. What platform do I use? And I'm going to suggest to you that that's not the right first question, because every single website is not created equal. I'm going to go through now the 3 different categories of websites for you to then narrow in and consider what you should be starting with. Now, having said that, you could also have multiple websites because different websites attract different audiences, are there for different purposes, and accomplish different things. Also, different websites require different levels of work, different levels of experience and expertise getting them started, et cetera, et cetera. So this is why that question of what platform should I go on, all websites aren't created equal. So you need to first think of what is the purpose for your website, what are you trying to accomplish, and then take it from there. Let me start with the basic question, which is, do you need to have a website at all? I've heard a lot of people talking lately that maybe you don't even need a website. Just sell on social. Just sell through Facebook or Instagram, which can be fine, and it's going to lead to my first category, but that's not a long-term solution. Social media changes pretty much every day. And what if your account were to get shut down? Okay, the 3 categories of websites. And the first one would be, this is going to kind of sound a little bit different from what I was just talking about, but a Facebook shop on a Facebook business page. Now, again, this isn't your do-all, end-all. If you're just starting your business, you're making hand-beaded jewelry, and you want to get product validation. You want to see if there's interest in your product. You want to get a feel for if this whole business thing is something that you'd want to be doing in the first place. Then Facebook shops could be a good starting point for you. The reason that I say that is it doesn't cost really anything to set up. You're not paying into the system unless you actually sell a product, which is different from all the other platforms. It's a start to finish system. If you're interested in knowing more about this, I have a mini course. It's called Set Up and Sell in Facebook Shops. But virtually with Facebook Shops, you upload your product. They can provide shipping labels for you. You can sell your product right on Facebook and then have a link right in your post that goes directly to your product where they can buy and check out. It's just very streamlined, so it's perfect. You also don't have to have your business registered. So again, if you're just starting out, everything is done for you. The second category I'm calling selling platform websites. By that, I mean platforms that are already established. You're going to know some of these platforms like Etsy, Amazon Handmade, eBay, sites that have some type of a turnkey system in place. I'm sure a lot of you already have an Etsy site, which is great. There's nothing wrong with Etsy at all. In fact, it's also another good place to start as you're establishing. It's a step up from having a Facebook shop. When you sign up with Etsy, however, there are certain rules and costs that you have to follow when you have an Etsy shop. The other thing with what I'm calling selling platform websites is that when people are looking for your product, they're searching product specific. They're not coming in and just looking for you as a business. They're going and looking for lemon-scented candles or glass-beaded jewelry. The search is more by keyword and product. not by you as a business. You would treat selling on Etsy different than you would treat selling on Amazon Handmade, different than you'd be treating selling on eBay. So even here within this sales platform websites, the way you would approach each is different. On Etsy, you're being very keyword specific, driving into a product and thinking about what a customer is going to be searching for when they go on that website and when they're looking for the product. Then they get to your store and they might see everything else that's being offered. So product titles, keywords, product descriptions are key because that's how you're going to be found based on someone going into Etsy and searching. The other thing with Etsy, and you'll hear this with some of the other websites too, is you don't get customer information. So you're not able to build your email list. You don't really have direct contact with that customer. Yes, they can send you a message, but you're not having the linkage in terms of email lists. Now, there are other ways around that kind of, but it's something to consider, again, when you're looking at your website and what your main purpose is of putting up a website. Moving on to Amazon Handmade. Amazon Handmade is a total, what I'm going to call commodity play. People are going in, a search for product, and they're going to buy. There's a disconnect between the product and a relationship that you can create with a customer on Amazon. If you're wanting to go in and just sell your products, perfect place to be. You want to sell 100 vanilla candles on Amazon, then you can go on, place your product, put the descriptions, sell your candles. You don't get customer information on Amazon Handmade either. And again, I'm not trying to suggest that these aren't good platforms for you to be on. It's just that you treat these platforms different and you recognize that these platforms all serve different purposes. eBay, if you have one-of-a-kind items that you're going to sell, one and done, eBay could be one location that you would be on. And you might be on multiples, right? You might be on eBay and you might be on Etsy and you might be on Facebook Shops, all different places bringing revenue into your business. What to recognize with the category of selling platform websites is that you have less control over anything that happens. I know some people have been frustrated with Etsy raising their prices on product postings or other types of things, the limits and the requirements for shipping or what you're able to post. Amazon Handmade in particular has certain things that you're allowed to put on and sell and you aren't allowed to put on and sell. So you have to go with the requirements and whatever restrictions each of these platforms has. And when they change, you have to be okay with those changes because you're buying into their platforms. The thing that is really great about these selling platform websites is the audience is already there. Your real goal on these sites is within your product titles, your product descriptions, any keywords that you're using, and the high quality images that you're posting that you're going to attract people to you. The other good thing is they provide tutorials on how to set up and then also best practices for the platform. Running ads, looking at your numbers, all types of things. The third platform that I want to talk about is your own website. And this is the premier. This is where you want to get to. It's your golden nugget. No matter what, your end goal is to have a website that you own. By that, I mean you control all the content, you control how it looks, you control any extensions that you put in, you can add blogs to it. Virtually, it's almost free reign. There are different platforms out there that you can use to build a website. So gone are the days where you've had to hire out and have someone custom design a whole website. Now we have template type theme driven platforms that make this so much easier. Think Shopify, Wix, Squarespace. There are a whole lot of them out there. Creating a website, for example, on Shopify, which is my preferred platform, is different than having a shop on Etsy. On Etsy, you're putting your real estate on someone else's platform, even though it's your company name and your products. But when you go to a platform like Shopify, this is your own website. And consider this your home base for your business. So this is where you direct everybody when you're doing anything and talking and directing anybody online. You have them come to your headquarters, which is your website. You have control over the content and the creative. You can put in opt-ins. You can collect email addresses so you can continue communication with people who have come onto your website. You also have tracking analytics, which gives you a lot of information of things that you can adjust so you can get to the ultimate goal of your website, which of course is the sale. Think of having your website on a platform like Shopify versus having your website on Etsy as the difference between owning your home or renting an apartment. Should the website describe what you're selling or more of one brand? That goes to which platform you're on and then also what your intent is. Let's do an example. I think this would be really good. Let's say you sell candles. So your website might have all versions of candles that you sell in different sizes, different scents. You may have a blog that talks about the best way to burn a candle to get the most time out of it, to get the longest scent duration, whatever that is. It might be health benefits of a candle or what to look at. So a blog article establishing you as a professional in that industry, that would be on your own site. You might also have an opt-in so you can collect addresses. Maybe it's a discount for a first-time customer. Maybe it's some type of a freebie having to do with how to store candles, something like that. Side note, I am a candle lover, and if you went into my basement, you would see a full floor-to-ceiling, several racks with all my candles, because seasonally, I bring them in and out all the time, up and down, because sometimes I haven't burned down a whole candle yet, and so I want to save it because it's pumpkin spice and it's May, so I don't want to use that yet. I'm going to use that again in October. Anyway, that was kind of a side rant. So your site, like the end result, the golden nugget, your headquarters would be your own site on a platform like Shopify. And then you'd put everything there, okay? Because that's your home base, that's your headquarters. But then when you go over to Etsy, maybe you find on Etsy, well, I'm only going to sell a few scents in a few sizes. Because on Etsy, you also have to pay for every single listing that you put up. So maybe you decide of the 30 candles that you have on your website, you only have 10 candles in your Etsy shop with the variations and the color, the scents and all of that, okay? But then maybe on Amazon, there's one specific scent that is the one that you can sell all the time. It's your best seller. Let's call it vanilla. You always have them in stock. You've always got them poured. They're ready to go. You have a good stock of them, right? So that could be a good product for Amazon because you're going to sell more of them. And that's a commodity sale. They buy it, you send it, you get the revenue, very little interaction with the customer. And then finally, the other one, we're going backwards now here, on Facebook Shops. You have a community of people who follow you on Facebook. They're now over on your Facebook page. Some of these folks may be family and friends. They might be people in your community. And you do live shows and you talk about, oh, I just finished making all these candles. Here they are. I'm selling them. They're right in my shop here. If you want one, you can go grab one right now. Do you see how that's very different than what you're doing on Etsy versus what you're doing on your website? Let's wrap this conversation up with a little summary. When you're thinking about a website, don't just say, oh, what platform should I be on? I want you to consider the fact that there are 3 different levels of platforms. The first being a very starter platform like Facebook Shops. Easy to get on, no investment. You can get a feel for the platform. You can sell through products, a beautiful place to start if you haven't even decided really if you want to be in business yet. Second level are these, what I'm calling selling platform websites. So this is Etsy, Amazon Handmade, eBay. All of them are great in their own right. Just understand that you don't have full access to your customers through these platforms. And then the third platform, of course, is your very own. I like using Shopify. You have full control and free reign. So when you're thinking of starting a website, the first question is going to be, what level do you want to enter in on? Level 1, 2, or 3? And then from there, when you're on social media, When you're out at networking events and you're telling people where to find you online, you want to direct them to the place where your product can be purchased. If you want to have further conversation about this, go join me in Gift Biz Breeze. As I said, we do website reviews every Thursday in our Q&As. Right now we're doing website reviews. We take other business Q&As too, but right now we're doing website reviews. And we can talk through, which websites attract certain audiences you're looking for, what are the strategies for different websites, and what are the results that you can expect based on the strategies that you employ on these different websites. Remember, a website is not a website is not a website. All websites are not created equal.
That's a wrap. I'm a get-to-the-point kind of girl, and this is what you can expect from these quick midweek sessions. Now it's your turn. Go out and fulfill that dream of yours. Share your handmade products with us. We want them, and they bring us both so much happiness.